Nitro pick up the men's match, remaining unbeaten. San Diego on a Saturday night. A fantastic location for week 3 of the AVP League. Like never before, the AVP has now built franchises, teams from across the country, and they are battling it out for the inaugural League Championships as you look to the standings. The New York Nitro in action right now as they are updated with the win from Taylor and Taylor. The Dallas Dream just beneath them, but they are facing off against the San Diego Smash. Chase Budding or Miles Evans taking the loss, but now it's time for the Smash to be able to recover. It's Toni Rodriguez and, of course, her partner, who has been phenomenal, Geena Urango, Cameron Irwin, alongside the Olympian Casey Patterson. He has been all over this arena. Casey, this has to be the most fun space to play in terms of the fans, the engagement. There's just nothing like it.
It really is so cool. Everyone feels so close, right on top of us. The visual is so rad. The sand's awesome. The crowd's getting into it. They're educated. It's so fun. Well,
it was incredible, that last men's matchup. I know you were running around the arena, but holy cow, Taylor Sander, Taylor Crabb, they're jumping like crazy.
Yeah, everyone is flying. It's like a different type of beach volleyball right now, with everybody being so physical. Sets that are normally, you got to roll in from 12 feet off. Guys are hammering, and so it makes it for a really entertaining version of beach volleyball, which I love.
This is a very interesting and fun brand of volleyball brought to you by the AVP. Let's see what the ladies put together on this incredible sand. Sending it now to Mark Sherman.
Here we go. It's time to meet the players for our final match of Saturday night. First up for the New York Nitro. First player wearing the number 1, standing 5'10", the defender out of USC. Let me hear it for Sara Hughes. And her partner, the 6'1" blocker, also out of the University of Southern California. It's Kelly Cheng. And their opponents, your San Diego Smash. Wearing the number 1, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, the defender out of USC, it's Geena Urango. And wearing number 2, the 6'1" blocker out of LSU, Toni Rodriguez.
Urango, Toni Rodriguez, hand in hand as they head to the net, as we need to discuss the format because it's unique. Sets played to just 15 points.
Really quick, right? So you got to be on fire right away, which is interesting. I've been asking all the athletes, like, how are you changing what you think about, how you prep when you come out? And everyone's just like, you just got to go fast because there's not a lot of time.
The other aspect is just one timeout. We heard from Taylor Sander, it's either ace or error from the service line. That seems to be the mentality of all the athletes.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like you have to kind of set the tone, whether you make it or miss it. You're like, we're here, we're starting fast.
Who will set the tone to start? Geena Urango with the jump topspin serve. There's a look to Kelly Cheng, the nice touch from Rodriguez. Little tempo.
It's almost like Geena's seen that back pokey in transition a few times as she runs to just scoop it.
Yeah, you think? Kelly Cheng's favorite shot. Look to Sara Hughes. Her and Kelly just participating in the 2024 Paris Olympic Games. Kelly Cheng, the 2-time Olympian, as her partner serves up an ace.
Nasty floater. The same one she used to do when we would go dominate the challenge court in Huntington Beach. She was still in high school. We just destroyed everyone. She's been good for so long.
Sara Hughes, the product of Costa Mesa, California. Just up the 5. I like that angle.
That's so good. And that's, I feel like that's what every high-level side-out player is doing in this environment, is that I could hammer, but I'm just going to go 3-quarter location just to like spread the offense and make you feel like it's untouchable.
Toni Rodriguez, they call her Big Toe, out of LSU, the only non-Trojan currently on the court.
Wow, I didn't even think about that. That's crazy.
Women of Troy showing up big.
I love Toni's mindset though. In UCLA when they played the last one, I love how she spoke to Geena and the things that she was saying, and just the mental strength in the tone of how she talked to Geena was amazing.
Yeah, incredible energy from Toni Rodriguez. She's a competitor. If you actually take a glimpse, a shot of the 4 women currently on the court, 3 of the women just outwardly so competitive.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Geena's kind of fire is internal, as she is one of the most competitive, but Toni Rodriguez not scared whatsoever to show her competitive spirit outwardly.
At all. We were down the sand down low on the court, and just the stuff that she was saying during this men's match, I was like, she is so fiery and fun to be around. It's infectious. Oh.
She gets ace there. Kelly Cheng can serve several different types of serves. That one just a little pop off the hand.
Yeah, she's got that nasty start where it's that hybrid. She could either wrap it with topspin or float it, so you're kind of waiting forever.
From the ace to the air. All right, Kevin Barnett, where are you?
Listen, when you come to one of these events, you never know who you're going to find. Olympic gold medalist Scott Fortune hanging out here in the crowd. And Scott, what brings you out for this? How did you find out about it? Why come and be at the beach?
Well, interesting beach, right? This is great. No, I live right across this way. I've been in San Diego ever since I've been playing on the Olympic team. So anytime, the professionals are in town, I'm here. And then my brother's reffing too, so that helps.
Now, how's he done so far?
Pretty good. They had one little check on the line, but he called it right. So.
Okay, Todd Fortune, will you be reviewing any tape with him later?
Yes, that's always funny. No, he does a great job. He loves it. And so it's great crowd here in San Diego, always represents, which is awesome.
You're heavily involved with USA Volleyball. They just got a new leader in John Sproul, but you are involved with the USA Volleyball Foundation. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's we're looking to help raise money, and then that money we raise, we get back to the base, the roots of USA Volleyball, to grow the beach game, the indoor game, and so it's a great thing. We need help just to kind of go out there and raise money, and that's what we're here to do.
How did volleyball change your life?
That's a great question. It was funny. I have a funny story because in '84, I was a volunteer and I saw the gold medal match, and I was a big basketball player. And I turned to my buddy and said, I want to win one of those gold medals one day. And little did I know, 4 years later, I'd be hitting the last point to win that gold medal. So it's been a great sport. I love giving back. And hey, we got some great athletes now, and hopefully by LA 828, we'll have a great beach team and great indoor teams.
Yeah, you're watching the future of the game out here. Where's your gold medal these days? Where do you keep that bit of hardware?
I just keep it in a safe deposit box. So.
Oh, that's just in a safe deposit box, not at the house?
I break it out every once in a while for the kids and stuff. So.
Right on. Right on. Scott Fortune, thanks.
Thank you. It's fun to see you.
What a find, Kevin Barnett. Scott Fortune, the 2-time medalist, one-time gold, one-time bronze, product of Stanford. So fun to have him in the
He's a legend.
stands.
When I first played volleyball ever in my trying out in high school, in our equipment room was volleyball magazine covers, and Scott was on the wall like 5 or 6 times. So as soon as he said Scott Fortune, I'm like, yep, I remember him when I was 14, looked on the wall, that guy was just chest over hammering. Legend.
Legend in Viejas Arena. Watching the AVP in week 3. Nitro here with the advantage. Toni Rodriguez, maybe a little bit undersized as a block when you look around. However, she's showing up really big.
Her positioning's really good, but also her timing is really good. And so because of those two things, she causes a lot of stress for attackers, even when they're great high-level world championship attackers.
Nice shot from Kelly Cheng.
Good space on that set. She comes in the middle with a little room, so she can kind of go either way. It's a great adjustment after that last one.
And I called her undersized. She is 6'1", but when you consider you just had Alex Kleinman out there.
Yeah.
And Kylie DeBerg at 6'4" and 6'5",
yeah.
it tells a different story.
Exactly. I was down on the sand for that one, watching them just go over each other back and forth. Like, what is happening? They're so high.
Yeah, it's never fun when you have Alex Kleiman hitting OT.
Yeah, like, what am I going to do? Then she hits her little 3/4 angle. It's tough to stop.
I'm pretty sure she hit over me in college. I was the center looking up going, oh man, seriously?
Yeah.
8-7 here on the switch. Halfway point. Smash looking good.
Yeah, they're doing well. I feel like going back to Toni's blocking, she reminds me of a very dynamic, like a Sean Scott. Positions really well, good hands, can kind of move outside her body and leverage some things. I think that's huge. And then Geena, she's a Swiss Army knife. She can do everything. And so their momentum, even just like from that, shows exactly their team like identity, right? That's who they are.
How about this shot? Geena Urango cut.
So good.
Rodriguez at the service line. She has been formidable. 7 aces coming into week 3, leading men and women in the league.
Wow, way to put it in the universe. You just put it in the universe.
You're welcome.
Just teeing it up. Is that what you guys did for me, hopefully? You were just like, here he comes, one of the best, and then I get an ace? I hope so.
Yeah, I totally called your kick save in New York that year.
With Stafford, that's right.
Yeah, where is Stafford? He lives in San Diego.
Yeah, come on. Where are you? Just look for the goggles.
Look for the goggles. There's that block touch. A little too much handle on the double axe handle.
Yeah, that's tough to control. The block deflection was a little quicker than it probably looked. He's got to absorb that a little bit more.
I feel like Geena Urango has really leveled up her game in the past year.
100%. Her, like, she's always been so stealthy and had so many weapons, but now she's kind of curated it into something that's very efficient over time, and then she can kind of spice it up even more if she wants to. I think that reminds me of like a young Sean Rosenfeld who could just do whatever he wanted, and then it was like, oh, and then he got really structured with Jake, and then it was like, oh, he has those superpowers. But they're consistent now versus just random.
The superpowers and the discipline to utilize them. Geena Urango, product of USC. She actually played indoors as well as me. She was the first scholarship athlete in beach volleyball. And she was incredible on the hard court as well as on the sand. She's part of that crew that went off to the AVCA Collegiate Sand Volleyball. At the time, it was called Sand Volleyball National Championships. Isn't that wild? We're like,
so funny.
We might need to address that.
Yeah. What's it called in the Olympics? Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
What a good swing.
10 apiece, and it's Rodriguez back to the service line.
What position was Geena? Was she an outside? Oh. I like that though. A little short serve to try to create something. The ball, like we talked about earlier, in most of these matches, this ball floats different inside. There's something about the air pressure. 11-0.
French fries, Casey.
Here we go.
That was your shot.
Make a wish.
Geena Urango working the back set. Shoveling that to her partner.
Yes.
And right back to the sand.
So good. She gets up so quick. That's what Kelly talked about too, about their partnership coming back together, right? Was that she saw that Sara was enforcing and transitioning at such a high level on offense.
Yeah, the first title these two won together was back in 2017 in Chicago as Kelly Cheng serves up the ace. They took a little hiatus in their beach volleyball careers in terms of this partnership. They spent 4 years at the University of Southern California playing alongside one another, then hit the AVP, went different directions before finding their way again before the 2024 Paris Olympic Games.
We call that when you go back, kind of like Chase and I did. It was like a good home-cooked meal. You know it worked and you could dominate and you're like, let's do it.
They absolutely did. It was great to see them hand in hand and right underneath the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, I love their side switches, the hand hold. Like they would just hold each other's hands, like full support. We're all in together. I feel like that's such an important part of a team dynamic.
And And you can see it even there. I mean, did you ever hold your partner's hand? If you had to, wait, pause. If you had to hold one of your partner's hands, which partner would you choose?
I mean, it's easy to hold Jake's hand. I think I told him I loved him like day 2 of our partnership. It was so funny.
He
loves telling that story. Oh yeah, I'm like, I love you. Thanks for choosing me. It was so funny.
I love it. All right, Kevin Barnett, where are you?
Yeah, quick thing, just Jordan Cheng in that timeout talking to Kelly and Sara. It's a very collaborative process. They're talking about who to serve and where to play defense. The interesting thing is it's not just coach dictatorial talking in that timeout. It very much is, if you guys want to do this in there, it's a 3-person conversation seeking a solution.
Kevin Barnett getting us back on track out of the timeout. Hughes.
What a good play. And they decided to do that. That's the best part, right? I love that. That coaching style, I love that because you're letting them make the decision, right? So it's a collective decision versus like, hey, do this. And then it doesn't feel like it's organic and part of the team. So I love that style. Look at that on one.
Writing messages in the sand. I talked to Jordan Cheng about that too, and he goes, you have such limited time in the box. Like, there is no time to write things down on paper. You better just be able to scribble it in the sands as the Nitro have a set point here. With a block. Too much power from the smash.
I love that block, though, by Kelly. The tall body and then leveraging outside of her body. I feel like as a hitter, I always see the blocker's body, and then I would dictate where I'd go from there. So that's why Theo used to get me all the time, because he would reach outside of that.
Theo Brunner, the enemy to attackers everywhere as the Nitro comes up with the quick poke. I mean, you knew it had to be that.
Yeah, she's got to get it in there somewhere. She didn't get one earlier.
Looking for the option and the baby poke. Kelly Cheng and Sara Hughes earn set number 1 for the Nitro.
Yeah, baby, that is right. It is time. Ladies and gentlemen, I could not be happier to be right here, right now. We're in Austin, Dallas, Texas, for San Diego. Have a reaction out here.
How about a little magic, huh?
The AVP League is brought to you by Wilson, the official ball of the AVP.
Everyone has their hands in the air. Mark Sherman having a great time with the crowd here on a late night Saturday. San Diego has shown up, and rightly so, as the New York Nitro are firing. Wow, but take a look at that. How did that happen? They picked up set 1, but the efficiency on the side of the smash.
Incredible. What a high-level hitting percentage game. And then you're like, wait, how did we lose that?
That was 15-12 in set 1. The San Diego smash trailing, but the efficiency rather impressive. Cheng currently hitting 500, Hughes at 667. But get this, Rodriguez, she's only seen 2 attempts, and she's had kills on each of them. It's a game of keep away from Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Urango now with 6 kills on 10 attempts. She's at 600. But you have to feel pretty decent if you're the smash right now. I know you didn't pick up set 1, but you're in it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The whole time it was close. It was never like an obvious chink in the armor.
Cameron Irwin alongside Casey Patterson, Kevin Barnett on the sidelines. Great communication defensively.
So good. Oh, I love her timing on that. Just no information, no information. Gotcha. Little mousetrap. So good. Oh, I love that. Because Sara has to use only peripheral to like kind of feel and see vision. Toni's just hiding right outside of it.
She's currently hiding up in the net, trying to cover the option. She actually almost looks like she's ducking down.
Yeah, like you get out of the line of sight. So if I look up, I can't see, below my chin maybe. And then I don't know where she is. Did she pull? Did she stay?
Oh, nobody was there. It was the right idea. Kevin Barnett, some information.
Hey, listen, we're giving away large volleyballs earlier here today. No, don't stand up. Just have a seat. Yeah, come on down. What's your name?
Kelly.
Kelly, you got the full-size ball. Who signed that thing?
It looks like the only one we can read is Toni. What do you think that is?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I didn't know I was getting the quiz here. This quiz was supposed to be for you.
I'm interviewing you, yes.
What brings you out to AVP?
We support AVP. We all play beach volleyball.
Okay, where do you play?
I play in Long Beach.
Long Beach. And who do you want to shout out that you play with?
None of them.
Oh, that's hurtful. Are you serious? You have this chance to shout out some of your friends and you straight throw them under the bus, whoever they are.
I'll shout out to my mother, who's probably watching.
Oh, well, now you're like an NFL player, just scored a touchdown.
There you go. Go, Pam.
That's amazing.
All right. Well, congratulations on the ball. And I'm sorry about your friends.
Me too.
She just won the day. That is the best AVP fan I have seen.
Hire her to heckle for you. That was amazing.
Go, Pam.
Nice.
Little chisel.
I like that adjustment, little tempo for Geena, because that one earlier, she was a little early. The sand's jumpy. You get anxious and you want to get up and be vertical, but that time we changed the tempo and keeps everything in front.
Laser focus for the Nitro. You hear the 3 call from Sara Hughes. Explain how offenses are kind of run on the beach.
Yeah, I think that is a great audible that they have, maybe in like an out-of-system play, or when maybe Kelly can't see everything, she gets a verbal from Sara. Stein and Mike Lambert used to do that. They do a right-left, which was the opposite of the defenders, but they would give that cue to let you know if you're blind, that way's your option. And so I think that's where you incorporate that, but it also adds stress to the defensive team. What does 3 mean? What do you mean?
Yeah.
And so I think that's great source of that audible.
Potentially calling for sets as well in terms of where that ball is placed along the length of the net. So many different ways to communicate this game. That's a great serve from Urango.
Such a good time block.
How about the touch set?
Wow. I'm clapping. Sorry, awkward. I'm like, yes. Well, the whole play. Geena's inside-out serve like a lefty. She goes inside-out, forces Kelly down the line. Toni's timing and transition. Amazing.
So we talked about Rodriguez's block and how she kind of hides at the net. Let's see if we can get a shot of her. Really showcase how she ducks out. Now she pulls. And that's one of the other variations we've seen. Just more offense and more aggression from a greater length off the net.
Yes, yeah. Though normally, if I'm in Hermosa Beach, I got to kind of shoot this or roll it somewhere. Where there, I can still stay vertical and flat and kind of attack the blocker. So you have to adjust too, like on defense, Toni's got to know, okay, maybe I have to wait. It has to be 2 more feet, then I can pull.
So many adjustments in the change in sand.
Oh yeah, right?
Blockers, defenders, and even the attackers. Wow.
On the way down, just cuffy. That was nice.
Geena Urango in action right now. I'm curious if we can get her out on the pickleball court.
Oh yeah, we got to get her out.
Tomorrow morning. You think
she
we can
talked
get her out
about
there?
it at UCLA, so I think we're doing it.
Oh.
Yeah.
An avid pickleball player now. She's actually competing in tournaments.
I love it.
As are you.
Yeah,
I mean,
so fun.
great for the hand-eye.
Oh yeah, I used to play basketball like a off-season game, and I just kept getting hurt. I'm like, I love the running, but I keep getting hurt. So, I mean, what a better sport than pickleball. It's just all hand-eye and like almost the same thing. You're on defense, taking 1 step, leaning. It's perfect.
Well, and if you're standing at the kitchen, you can still touch the net with your arms.
I feel like I'm Phil playing on the beach.
Yeah, it's a little unfair. The hitting error on the side of Rodriguez.
It's a great serve by Sara to set that up, right? We used to call that like the 14-footer. Like, not obviously short, but just enough I have to take a step to get out of a little bit of a rhythm, and then I have to readjust my approach to get my vision. That's so hard to do.
How different does a 3-point lead feel in a set to 15 as opposed to 21?
Yeah, it feels like it's 6 points. It feels double. It's crazy how much stress probably like, oh, wait, we have to do so many more things to get it even tied.
Yeah,
Because we have
go ahead.
such less time. No.
Talking to the athletes, that 3-point differential, immediately calling the timeout. You see it here. Kevin Barnett, where are you?
I'm hanging out with Taylor Crabb here, who's courtside watching the ladies team finish up here. Taylor, tell me about the last match. The last few points looked like the competitive juices really got flowing.
Well, Tay and I were actually both frustrated the whole match. We weren't making plays. It was pretty much a side-out battle in that second match. In the second set, I made a few hitting errors, which got them their lead, and we could never make it back. Tay in the third set, early in the third, he says, "Hey, I'm just going to hit this serve as hard as I can." I was like, "Perfect, go get us some." And then that's when you saw him rip off 2 or 3 aces. So, and that kind of sparked our energy for the rest of the third set, which we needed.
You like when a partner does that, just says, I'm going to go do this on a positive note?
Absolutely. I mean, that's the belief and trust we have in each other that I think is so great. If one of us feels something, the other one is totally supportive of whatever that is.
How much communication has there been? How much team preparation has there been between you guys and Kelly and Sara?
Actually, quite a bit. Just today, Sara hopped in our practice, and we all got some touches together. I went through some defensive stuff with her and some setting stuff. So I'm a big fan of this format. I love having another team with us, someone to cheer for and someone to cheer for us.
How'd you feel about Kelly yelling at Toni on Instagram, just looking to poke her in the eye?
I didn't see that.
Oh, you didn't see that one?
I have to go back and look at it.
Good. Oh, that's pretty good. And your impressions now, you've played, what, 3 matches in league. You've been in a couple different environments. Impressions overall of how the game is being affected by this format.
I mean, games of 15, you got to come out strong. Just like our match you saw right there, it just takes 1 or 2 points in a set to 15. In a set to 21, you know you need to score multiple runs maybe to win the game. Set to 15, it just takes 1 run.
Where's the next celebrity side out?
Ooh, maybe Vegas. Maybe Vegas.
Maybe Vegas. All right. Taylor Crabb hanging out courtside.
You know what they say about Vegas?
Yeah. Celebrity side out in Vegas, right? No.
No, but I love what he said in so many different regards, talking about the camaraderie, and now they're getting a chance to actually train together. We were curious how much time would these athletes actually spend from game planning and watching film and time on the court, and it seems as if it's really starting to come together.
Yeah, I love it because I feel like you got a team, you got a traveling support system, right? I love this dynamic, and I feel like it builds a lot of loyalty and cool dynamics similar to what the King of the Beach AVP used to be, right? You play with somebody you never played before, and so then you're like, oh, cool, there's all these new dynamics that help evolve the game.
Well, and you make a really interesting point, because for so long, in the way that beach volleyball is played, it's almost as if you kind of have to pick and choose your training partners. Like there's IP, there's intellectual property, right? In terms of how you approach the game, and how Taylor sees the game is different than maybe Sara. So to share that information is really interesting.
That is a really good point, because there's little nuggets you're going to get from a Sara to Taylor and a Taylor to Sara, and you're like, wow, I never thought of it that way. I love that.
It's going to be terrifying when you put 2 of the best defenders in the world on the
Just
same
what they
team.
need.
Come on.
Just what they need.
Mind meld in full effect. A 3-point advantage now turns to 4 for the Nitro.
I mean, I like that play. I feel like Geena sees so well in that little tempo to the pin.
These 2 teams have not faced each other. It's just their first meeting.
Nice.
So impressive.
So good.
Geena Urango, 35 years old, stands at 5'11". But she's got some pop on that arm.
And she can choose to use either one, too. That's what's so stealthy about her.
This team has a win in 3 sets and a loss in 3 sets.
Oh, there we go. that feels like 3, right? Oh my gosh, like, oh no, the one bad set call, is that the match? It feels like it's so many points.
Just a 2-point game here in the second set. Casey Patterson, the setter, one of the best setters in the game. I mean, you know a little bit about that second contact. Actually, I will never forget the first time I met you. I was heckling you about your hands.
Do you remember that?
That was before I ever worked for the AVP.
That's right. You're like, I'm a better setter than you. I'm like, wait a minute.
I don't know if that's how the story went, but sure.
That's how I tell it.
Okay,
Yeah.
right. Gonna have some enemies now, Casey. Come on, man. I had your back.
You did. I'm just joking, everybody.
Kelly Cheng, locked and loaded from the serve.
There's something cool that I noticed from that last side out from Kelly. Okay, you go to like a beach, Hermosa, Manhattan, you kind of need, there's a window of opportunity to really be aggressive in your offense, which is maybe like a 5 to 2 feet you kind of want to float in there. Where here, it's like we talked about before, it's like almost a 6 to 12. And so I think if you're passing well and your mindset is to give yourself a little bit more of that room to start, you could attack from anywhere, and she did exactly that on that side out.
It feels almost like a freedom.
Yeah.
Just to, I mean, you used to have to try and make a specific shot, but now you can add just a little bit more pace and add that pressure in a different way.
Right, and as a blocker now I'm like, do I pull, do I not? I'm just hesitating a little bit longer. There's that tempo set, I love that.
They're gonna make a move. It better be right now.
Yeah. This is where you put Geena get an ace in the universe here. I'm not as good as you yet. That's my first time. Okay.
I'm the fortune teller and you're the jinx.
Oh, dang it. Sorry, Geena.
Match point for the New York Nitro. A look to Taylor Crabb. Hanging with Matza.
Getting some tactics for tomorrow.
And with the ace, the New York Nitro, double high five, 15-12, 15-11. The Nitro still at the top of the standings. They'll be back in action tomorrow as they will face off versus the Dallas Dream. Matches beginning at 1 p.m. The women will be up first, followed by the men. The Miami Mayhem will face off against the San Diego Smash, a second chance to see Geena Urango and Toni Rodriguez. Let's see how this is shaped out. 3 of our 4 matches today going to 3 sets. It is now 10 p.m. local time. I mean, Casey, more volleyball than ever.
It was so good, though. The rallies, the intensity, I got captivated like I was a kid at Disneyland. I didn't even know what time it was. I was just there, enjoying it.
Well, what's wild, too, is coming into this weekend, there were 9 straight matches that were just straight sets. And then all of a sudden, we have 3 that go to 3. Crazy numbers as the standings are updated. The New York Nitro, 6 wins, 0 losses. They remain unblemished. 100% win percentage. The Miami Mayhem at 3-3. The San Diego Smash will be back in action tomorrow. Full celebrations. It was the flex down.
Yeah.
I mean, why not keep it going? Their theme song in the backdrop here in San Diego. How about the fans today?
So many. Incredible.
Epic. Well, let's check in with our winners and Mark Sherman, what they have to say.
Oh, hi. Just such a polite hi. Great job. Okay, somebody else was telling me, they're like, these two seem really connected out there. Obviously, I mean, such a good team. You've been playing together for a long time. What is that feeling between the two of you? Because that's a connection a lot of people would love to have with their partner on the volleyball court.
I think it's something we naturally kind of have, and then it's so hard out there on the court sometimes where sometimes you feel like you're on an island, maybe you're making a lot of the errors, you just can't figure it out, and it's just the two of us out here. So I think it's an important point that we made when we partnered back up together, and it's been super special.
Well, it's very special to watch. Sara, you make some special plays out there, especially the on-ones, the vision. How do you recognize that so quickly?
Yeah, I think sometimes when you just read the ball and you see the open court, you just got to go for it. Yeah. It doesn't work out all the time, but it sure is fun doing it. So hopefully I'll keep it up.
I love it. Sara Hughes, Kelly Cheng, keeping the Nitro undefeated. Give it up for these two, everybody.
Will anybody be able to stop the New York Nitro? Just a handful of weeks into league play, and yet they are unbeaten. Kelly Cheng and Sara Hughes will be back in action tomorrow. The New York Nitro facing off against the Dallas Dream, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Then the Miami Mayhem and San Diego Smash will face off at 3 p.m. local time. You're not going to want to miss the action here on the AVP League.